It's cooking in the veg chamber right now, guys. Check it out. Check it out. Things are looking really nice in the veg chamber. What's going on, people? We got a lot of stuff to show you guys today and a lot of stuff to do today.
Warning, this video is for scientific and educational documentary purposes only. We do not sell anything.
But let's start off and show you guys what we got going on in the veg chamber, because it's cooking in the veg chamber right now, guys. Check it out. Check it out. Things are looking really nice in the veg chamber. So we got the top veg chamber looking good. These are all monster crops, all ladies that we ran already. Monster crops are when you take clones from a plant in flower, you get it to root. These are all monster crops. So they're growing a little bit funky. You guys may be able to see some of these leaves which are looking slightly twisted and a little bit warped, and that's down to the fact that these are all monster crops. Now a lot of times those plants will just grow out of that funny, funky growing phase, but sometimes they may not. It may take a really long time. And right here we got a bunch of palomas, we got some pastries bee, and we got some baby yodas. All of these are monster crops because I took them after I flipped them into flower. Like I literally popped them into the flower tent, and then like a week later I took cuts, and here we are. So guys, make sure you guys take your cuts before you actually flip your plants to flower. Now outside of here, we actually got on the floor right here a couple of autos that you guys may have seen on the last episode. These autos right here, we started off in solo cups and then transplanted to 1 gallons and then realized, heck, these are autoflowers. We should not have been starting these off in solo cups or transplanting. They should have been in their final home. So if you haven't seen that video out, check it out. I'm gonna give you guys pro tips on how to transplant your autos if you get into a situation like me. But these right here are some autos. And right here, we got the little puppy just hanging out with us. What's going on, Beans? Jolly Beans? What's going on? What's going on? You just hanging out? You just hanging out? Yeah? Now these plants are looking beautiful in the veg chamber, guys. The veg chamber is putting in work, and like I always tell you guys, you don't need a whole lot when it comes to the veg stage. Just have some good nutrients, and that's exactly what these ladies are getting right here with the iCan veg pack. Absolutely beautiful, thick, lush green growth everywhere, guys, and they are loving it. So use that iCan veg pack, monster growth in veg. Give it a try. I'm promising you guys you will not regret it. And the flower power, it's a banging combo. Both of these will get your plants all the way through harvest with some magnificent colas, guys. Check it out. I'm not joking. Check these out. All beautiful, lush green, like guys, wall to wall in this veg chamber with beautiful, lush green leaves. So it's fantastic. Even the monster crops are loving life with the iCan veg pack and flower power. So make sure you guys tap in and give it a try. Use code icanthc. And we do giveaways every Friday. So make sure you guys tap in on the Friday live shows, because you guys can get some of these for absolutely free. Now down here, just to show you guys real quick, we got a bunch of strains that we've been working on. Some new crosses that actually went out to the iCan VIP Bean Club homies. So down here we got the frozen juice. We got 2 phenos of the frozen juice. We also got the Blue Easy, that's from Exotic. We got the Blueberry Berserk, that's an iCan Genetics exclusive. This one has not been released yet, so you guys keep an eye peeled. We also got that unicorn poop down in the back, absolutely amazing. Cannot forget the Whitechapel. Shout out to the homies over at Irie Genetics. We got that Whitechapel, but also way down in the back here, we got that Slurry Pie, and that's another iCan VIP Seeds creation. That's the Slurricane cross. It's an absolutely fire cross. Slurricane cross with Banoffee Pie cross with Tongue Splasher. Really fantastic. But these ladies are loving life out here, guys. You guys can see things are looking so good. But let's show you guys exactly what we came in here for today. And that is doing a little bit of training, guys. Because clearly, you guys can see we ain't got a lot of space in this little veg chamber. We ain't got a lot of overhead space. It's really a short space. So training is key. And a lot of the times, once these plants outgrow the veg chamber, we got to figure out somewhere to put them. So let me show you guys what we've been doing to make a makeshift space for these ladies when they get too big. Let's head over to the room of requirement, aka the spare bathroom.
A few minutes later.
So as we head over to the bathroom, you know we got to invite you guys into the toilet and say pause. But check this out. This is one of the ladies that we got in the spare bathroom. It's so big that we had to put it to sit on the toilet bowl because it was literally outstretching this one down here, which we have a little light. Now, all of this is really jerry-rigged up, guys. Check this out. Let me show you guys exactly how jerry rig this is. Right down here, we got an oscillating fan sitting down on a waste paper basket. Simple stuff, but it works. Oscillating fan on a waste paper basket, right? In the actual shower itself, in the actual shower setup, we got an old plastic container lid cover thing that we popped a bunch of holes in that we used for a DIY cloner. Well, we've reused it again and we've just popped some of these magnetic strip lights on there. We're actually using one of these. This is a tripod for a camera. So we're literally jerry rigging everything here, guys. A tripod for the camera hanging up with these lights, literally just running all the way across right here. And this is in the shower, guys. So we got this one lady in here. This is the one that's actually on a bit of a recovery road because we've left her out of the tent for a while and she just started to look a little sickly, and now she's back. She needs light and she's getting light. She's in quarantine. But look at this one here, guys. This big girl was literally getting too big for this space in here. So we had to take her out of this space and pop her up here. Now this is what we're going to be doing some training with, because as you guys can see, this is a big girl. She got a lot of branches, so we're going to be pulling these branches down, doing some training, really getting in there and trying to maximize yield on this girl. Now this would actually be a perfect candidate for scrogging. If we had a scrog frame, you can imagine just throwing that scrog frame down on her. She will literally go through a beast training session with a scrog frame and produce so much. But what we're going to do is use some LSD clips instead, because the scrog frame reduces mobility. We want to still be able to move this plant around, lift her up, move her around, get her out of the tent if need be, or whatever the case is. So let's go ahead, get this out of the bathroom, into the tent, and do some training. Because like I said, this girl, guys, she's pretty big and she's running out of space. So we need to get her in the flower tent. So let's go.
Flashback.
Alright y'all, so what we're going to do is show you guys a few weeks back when we actually transplanted this lady, and she's running on the iCan organics. Things are looking good, but like I said, she started to outgrow the veg chamber. So what we needed to do was to get her out of her 2-gallon pot home into a brand new 5-gallon pot home. But because this 5-gallon pot was a little bit taller, she could not fit in our veg chamber. But nonetheless, we were able to transplant her out, get her happy and healthy, and pop her into the spare bathroom. So this is a little look behind the scenes as to what happened before we actually start the training. Alright y'all, so you guys can see the veg chamber is putting in work. We got 2 ladies in here ready for transplant. They're looking nice, but they're definitely ready for transplant and ready to get out of this space and get into the flower tent, guys. Nice green leaves, but check it out. This is just a little baby 2-gallon pot right here. A literal baby 2-gallon pot. So these girls need to get out of here. Both of them. These are the London pound cakes. So we're going to do a little bit of transplant on these girls, get them out of here. But the veg chamber, guys, putting in work.
End of flashback. A little longer than a few minutes later.
Joe, so we just got this girl into the flower tent, right? We literally just popped her into the flower tent. But even in the flower tent, she's pretty close to the light. The canopy is close to the top of that light. So we're definitely going to have to do some LST, low stress training. Pull her down, bend a lot of these branches, and really maximize our yield with this. So let me show you guys exactly how we're going to do that. We're going to grab some of those LST clips and get to work. So let's go ahead and get to work on this girl. She's pretty big. Sheesh.
Yesterday.
Yo, what is this? What the? Did you do that? Did you do that? Yo, what are you doing? What is that? What is that? Oh, it's fake. Stupid. So we got our bag of LST clips. These are a bunch of clips that I've collected over the years. I've got a bunch of them here. Some of them are just cheap 3D printed ones. Some of them are the engineered essential ones. And some of them are the bud trainer ones. Now my favorites are the bud trainer ones. These ones work great. These are the bud trainer ones. We also got some of the 3D printed ones. These ones I've had for quite some time, but they do break pretty easily, especially if you're in really dry environments. They literally just dry rot and crack. But we also got some of these engineered essential ones, which are pretty decent too. And those engineered essential ones actually come with these adjustable clips that you could sort of like take out, remove, and you can literally just insert. So you can change the angles at which it does the low stress training. So it's pretty cool because it's got these little teeth and rivets that allow you to adjust it. So these are the adjustable LST clips. Now, like I said, I like the bud trainer ones. These are just simple, effective, and they work. If you want to try them, use code icanthc. You got a discount, but these ones are what we're going to be using today to low stress train this big girl. So let's get straight into it. All right, y'all. So here we are. We got this big girl. This girl has been in veg for quite some time, and we've actually got some work to do down here before we actually do any training up here. So what I want to do is show you guys how we can go about some of this, and usually what I do is cut off any of those suckers that are low down below. Anything, even if it's a little branch like this, looks like it may be a candidate for cloning, you can go ahead and propagate that. Me, I'm not keeping this around, so we will not be cloning this anymore, but we will be cleaning up below the canopy, so we make sure a lot of those plants' energies, hormones, and resources are not being wasted on some of these lower bud sites down below that 100% are not going to get enough light and not going to produce anything substantial. What we're trying to do here, guys, is produce maximum amounts in terms of yield, but also maximum density in terms of the bud structure and the bud shape and the bud size and bud density. So we really want to make sure that we maximize everything we can, and that is easy to do when you don't have a bunch of larvae that your plant is diverting resources to. So simple pro tip, guys. So what we're going to do is go through and trim everything below at the bottom of this plant before we actually get into the training. So let's just do that. Alright, y'all, so since we trimmed some of that larf and some of those lower branches that will pretty much produce pointless amounts of herb, what we're going to do is go ahead and start the training. Now, I got a stake in here. I'm going to remove that, and what we're going to do is look for the tallest branches first, right? We're going to look for the tallest branches and try to pull those down. And guys, again, we're not doing any traditional LST where we pull branches down and tie them. We're just going to be affixing some of these LST clips, low stress training clips. So I'm going to start with this branch up here, which is pretty freaking big. We're going to go ahead and bend that and pull it down. Now you want to be careful not to break any branches, guys, especially if your branches are as firm as some of these are. They've hardened off already. It can be really easy to break them, and I don't want you guys to break them. Sometimes they can snap clean off and you can find yourself in trouble. If you do though, grab some tape it up, you may be able to save it. Now what we're going to do is pull down this other branch. This is another big branch right here, and I'm going to show you guys up close how we bend it. Okay, y'all, so this is a big branch, so we're going to pull it down. You guys see this is one of the taller ones. What you want to do is literally pull it down, but do it in a gentle way so that you don't actually end up breaking your branch. And what I like to do is give it a little squeeze and roll it over my finger. Literally just give it a squeeze and roll it over my finger, and that way you don't break the branch, you don't snap it. And also if you squeeze the insides, that makes it a lot harder to snap and break clean off, but makes it a lot easier to bend gently. So you guys can see we got a little bit of a bend forming right here already. That's what you want to look for. And once you have that, it's so much easier to throw on one of your LST clips without actually breaking your branch. So just keep that in mind, guys. Right there, we got it popped in and we got that slipped on. Easy does it, guys. 90-degree bend with the LST clip, and by tomorrow she will be looking back up in the air. So let's go ahead and pop on some more of these LST clips. So by the way, shout out to my homies over at TMB Naturals. Fantastic guys over there. And we are done with that LST training, guys. As you guys can see, we bent a lot of these branches down. Even though it's just a few minutes after actually doing the training, I'm guarantee you guys that by tomorrow a lot of these branches will be pointing back up to the light. And the point of this training is, guys, that a lot of these branches, since they're bent sideways, all of these branches which were previously not getting light will now produce bud sides. So we're going to have a massive plant with some beautiful training that'll produce some really nice colas. Check it out, guys. It's literally not as tall as it was before. Before, the tallest branch was literally just a few centimeters off of the top of the light, but now we got a lot more space. All the branches are bent down and things are looking really good. So that's a really easy way, guys, to tackle a really large and untrained plant and get massive yields from it. Now we're going to show you guys how we progress through flower with this, so make sure you guys are subscribed. Smash that like, because I don't want you guys to miss any of those updates. And this lady, she's going to be pretty sizable when she gets into flower.
24 hours later.
So it's less than 24 hours after we train that big plant. Let's pop in the tent and see what's good. Let's see how she's looking. You guys can see, so she's already shooting up to the light. A lot of these branches have literally already started to bend back upwards. You guys can see right here, this one is bent back upwards, that one's bent back upwards. We've even got some of these ones with the low stress training clips on it, literally already pointing upwards toward that light. So things are looking pretty decent in the tent right now, I gotta say. And she will just continue to look even bigger as she progresses, and all these branches turn to face upwards toward the light. But this is a perfect example, guys, of how quickly plants can recover after low stress training. This is literally less than 24 hours. This is less than 12 hours. So perfect example, guys. Things are looking good. All right, y'all. So I just want to give you guys a little look at how these laters are actually going to look. So this right here is the plant that we were just working on. We did all that training on. This is that London pound cake, the berries and cherries from Gingerbread Genetics. And this right here is the same strain, exactly same strain. This is how it's going to look in flower. So it'll give you guys a little look at how she's going to look when she actually progresses through flower. Now you guys can see she's a pretty big girl. She's just got sort of like flowers and bud everywhere. And she may progress along that exact same path, except she may be a little bit bushier because she's been veg for longer, and she's also been trained a little bit better because we popped on a bunch of those LST clips, whereas on this one, you guys can see we ain't really got a bunch of LST clips on here. We did just a little bit of training, but pretty much just let her grow and do her thing. But she's looking really good, and we're looking forward to seeing how this progresses in flower. But like I said, we noticed a little bit of those nanners down below on this one, so we're gonna have to keep our eyes on it and see how those progress. But we are seeing a bit more of the nanners pop up in various locations, so just a little update for you guys on that. Now yo, we got some Fire Genetics exclusive brand new crosses which are going out to VIPs. Alright, yo, so right here we got some of that fire. Guys, these are some of those SFVOG crosses. These are absolute fire. These are so much fire that it would not be released to the iCan VIP Bean Club. These are only going to be exclusive crosses available through our site. So make sure you guys grab them. Don't snooze on them. These are not going out to the iCan VIP Bean Club homies, but these are the SFVOG crosses, man. Don't snooze on them. We got a limited amount of them. So yo, this is what we're working with. We got some of those new frosted juice crosses. This went out to some of the iCan VIP Bean Club homies last drop. This is absolute fire. If you didn't get this, you're snoozing. But we also got some of these exclusive, which also went out to the iCan VIP Bean Club homies. Shout out to the homies Andrew over at Greenway Solutions. But we got tons of different genetics who went out. I'm talking Helen's Melons, Skittle Jack, Urban Poison. We got some of that Keef Moon. Don't forget that Cherry Toke, and also the LGS 1986, the Blue Jack City. We got that Margarita. Man, we got so many fire genetics that have gone out to the iCan VIP Bean Club homies. So make sure you guys get it so you guys don't miss out. You guys make sure you get in where you fit in, because these drops are always fire. And some of these exclusive crosses are only available through the iCan VIP Bean Club. So do not snooze on them, guys. Grab them. All right, y'all. So we got a new addition to the grow room. I'm not talking about the little puppy, she's always here, but I'm talking about this. So let's just set the puppy down. Let me show you guys what we got in the box, because right here we got something pretty special. Now you guys would have seen this on the channel already. Show you guys the Mars Hydro UV IR supplemental lights. Now right here we got some more supplemental lights, but these are different. And why these are so special? Because these are dedicated lights that you actually run alongside your existing lights, but you don't have to change the time cycle. So you guys know the UV IR lights, you need to run them for about 30 minutes to about 2.5 hours a day, give or take. But with these ones, you can run them alongside your lights no matter what you got, if you're in veg or if you're in bloom. Now what we got in the box, guys, are the brackets. So no matter what type of lights you got already, you can run these supplemental lights. You literally hang them alongside your existing lights. They fit snugly in between your lights. I'm gonna show you guys when we get it set up. But don't worry, because you also got these little hooks, and you can use these ratchet hooks to hang your lights up no matter what type of system you got. Now let's get into the actual lights, because this is where the magic is, guys. Now these are the supplemental ad lights. These are the supplemental blue and the supplemental red. So what we're gonna do is get these set up in the flower tent. We're gonna get the red set up in the flower tent. I'm gonna probably pop the blue in there too, just to show you guys how it looks. But the blue is really meant for veg. The red is meant for flower. Think back in the day, guys, with the purple lights, when you had that switch and you flick the switch when it's in veg and you get more of a blue spectrum, and when it's in flower you flick the switch again and you get more of a red spectrum. It's really pretty similar to that. It's actually sort of like this. That's a blue, now it's a red. That's pretty much how the blurples looked. But these are pretty unique because you can run them alongside your existing lights for the duration of your grow. Now getting these lights set up is pretty easy. It comes with these little brackets, and these brackets literally go affixed to the back of these lights. So you can literally just clamp them in and clamp them on, sort of like this. Bam, they fix into place just like that, and they're good to go. Now these little brackets are actually what clamp onto the top of your light, so no matter what existing light setup you got, like I said, this will fit perfectly alongside your existing lights. You guys can see this one right here is the red spectrum. So we got the red and the blue spectrums on deck. So I'm super excited, man. These lights are supposed to be banging. Let's go ahead and get them all set up in the flower tent. Let's go! Alright y'all, so we're going to show you how easy it is to get this UV-IR supplemental light set up. This is the blue spectrum. Watch. We're just going to literally go in one-handed and set it down in. See how easy that was, guys? One-handed, be able to do that. And any excess cable that needs to be plugged in, I'm going to pop it straight through this little hole. And as you guys can see, this is the blue spectrum, guys. Really powerful blue spectrum. I don't know if you guys can actually pick it up on camera, but everywhere along the back of the tent wall is now blue. It looks fantastic. So this, alongside the red spectrum, will really be a game changer, guys. Check it out. That's some premium, potent blue light on there. Looks fantastic. Talk about a spectrum. This is fantastic. I love it. Now we got the blue one in. We're gonna go ahead and get the red one set up. We got plants in the tent, guys, so it goes to show how easy it is to actually get these lights set up. Check it out. You just go ahead, slide it up through the top, just like that, and then it sits down perfectly. So you guys can see it sits perfectly alongside your existing light setup. Easy does it, guys. Easy does it. All right, y'all, so we've just got that red spectrum set up. So we got the blue, and lower down we got the red. So things looking really good. It looks like Independence Day right now in America, and that's fantastic because it's just beautiful to see, man. And you guys can see it's perfectly sitting alongside our existing lights. This is the Mars Hydro FC6500, the older model, and alongside it, in between it, we got these supplemental lights. So we got the blue lights and we got the red lights, and these work fantastic, guys. Check that out. It just looks freaking amazing. So on this side, we got the supplemental lights, and that side, we don't have the supplemental lights. So this is a great way you guys can see the comparison of the added lights, not just the spectrum, but the added lights, man. And your plants will absolutely love it. Check it out, guys. The tent looks amazing. Fantastic stuff. Now don't forget, grab these lights, use the code icanthc, and usually Mars Hydro's got sales running. Use the code icanthc on top of sale items and you'll get a double discount. So level up your grow room. Give these ad lights a try. These are the supplemental UV-IR lights, the blue and the red. They are fantastic, guys. And those new Mars Hydro fans are putting in work too. We got them all running right now, guys. Fantastic. So make sure you guys join up with the iCan VIP Bean Club. I don't want you guys to miss out on any of those drops, and that next drop is going out pretty soon. So make sure you're part of the drop and you get in on it, and your mailbox will be burning down. So yeah, guys, that's a really easy way to go about it, a really easy way to train your plants and also maximize your yields by just using a few of these LST clips. They work out fantastic, they're really easy, and they're super simple to use. Let me know what you guys think about that. Do you guys do low stress training, high stress training, no training? Drop in the comments and let me know. And wait, if you guys want to find out more about growing that fire, then check out any episode on screen right now, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace, fam.